We need to talk about the upcoming Mega Evolution release because it's starting to have me a little bit concerned. And actually, this isn't new information. We actually knew since June that this was going to be the situation, but now it's just starting to seem like it's going to become a reality. And we're hearing from multiple sources and mostly from people who have access to distribution, like Brian from Pokieni has multiple distributors. He's reporting hearing this and confirming it, that they are splitting the release of Mega Evolutions with, we're hearing varying reports, but initially 60% at release on September 26th and then 40% coming later. So however you want to split it, you could call it 50-50, whatever, close enough for the numbers. But the point being is that they are splitting the release of Mega Evolution for whatever reason, whether they didn't have enough, they couldn't print enough, whatever. They were printing other stuff when they should have been printing Mega. Whatever the case may be, they don't have enough, and we've known about this for a while, and it is a little bit concerning now just because it's like becoming more of a reality. But this was reported on PokeBeach back on June 9th, and we talked about this on the channel. Mega Evolution set to release on September 26th, but expect pre-release shortages. So this is something that we had known about and heard about, but I kind of got pushed to the back burner, kind of forgotten about, including myself. I had kind of forgotten about this as well. And there was a lot of people saying, not going to be a big deal. They're printing enough. But this is what the PokeBeach was reporting. They had said, unfortunately, Pokemon Company International has also informed organizers that pre-release kit allocations may be lower than usual due to continuing product shortages. So they've already known. This was coming from the Pokemon Center International, or Pokemon Company International, rather. They had been reporting on this. So what has me concerned when it comes to this, so it's not just the pre-release, right? It's the regular product that we're confirmed now to know that it is a split release. Now, once again, just to reiterate, I do not have access to distribution. I am just a normal person. I am just a normal collector like you. I do, as far as pre-orders, I have one booster box and one of each PC ETB pre-ordered, and that's all I have from the Pokemon Center at MSRP. But what has me concerned, and we can use Destin Rivals as kind of a recent example, is the booster box prices. Because right now it's actually very interesting. And we'll talk about and compare it to Destin Rivals in a second. But this is what we saw similar with Destin Rivals. You know, pre-release pretty high on TCG Player. Booster boxes coming down. Now, we didn't actually see booster boxes hit quite this low. This is 230. Look, Destin Rivals actually hit like a low of like 240. And then that was like as low as we ever saw it so far. And then it shot up, and you are seeing the lower this price goes, more sales starting to happen on TCG Player. So with the news of the split release, there's not going to be that same wave of product coming out. It's going to be staggered. And I think that that's just going to inflate the price of the booster boxes, the ETBs, everything pretty much, because there's not going to be enough supply out the gate. People are going to gobble up that supply. And then, yeah, maybe a month and a half later, we get more, but it's already like created like this, artificially inflated the price even more than what we've seen with this current market. So that's a little bit of what's concerning me, specifically with the booster boxes, but obviously with the entire set. Now, right now, 230 on TCG Player, we are seeing that that's actually lower than what we're seeing on eBay. eBay sales are all in the 240s or 250s as far as I can see of most recent sales and lowest listeds. 245, 256, 244, 300, 250. So this is what we're seeing on eBay sell for booster boxes specifically. So currently TCG Player actually has the lowest price. And there's a seller right here who has 79 boxes at this 233 price. There's a lot of people at this 233, 234 sale price. So that's currently what we're seeing, which is honestly different. we usually see TCG Player being a little bit higher and eBay a little bit lower. So that's something that's interesting, and we're seeing a little bit of an inverse there. So that's has me a little bit worried as well. And then when it comes to some of the other products, we would assume seeing the same thing, that since we're gonna see shortages, we're gonna see prices go up. And then so right here we can just take a quick look at what the other products from the set are currently going for on TCG Player. Now, I will say the one thing that is inflated a lot usually is the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. These will come down. These are not selling for this price on eBay, so these are a little artificially inflated right now. We see this every release, talked about it, so just be aware there. So we're going to ignore that just for the purpose of this video. $233 for the booster box. You got regular ETBs at 110. You got booster bundles at 67, build in battle 66. Regular packs around 20. That seems a little inflated as well. 3-pack blisters. You guys can see all the prices on here. So that's currently what we're looking at. Now, when it comes to the Destin Rivals, here's what we saw. Closer and closer we got to release, the price dropped. And like I said, the lowest prices that we saw in here were in the 240s. And then obviously Destin Rivals shot up recently over 300. And then now it's going to come down a little bit. It's kind of at 300. So it's come down just a little. But if we have less supply, right, initially, because it didn't really take that long for Destin Rivals to shoot up, you know, going from 240 to over 300, that with the price cut by Mega Evolutions, or the supply cut in half, 60-40, however you want to look at it, with that being cut, this jump in theory is more likely to happen sooner and possibly hold and sustain, because then that next wave isn't going to be quite as big, especially if it's 60 first, then 40 later, and people are going to they're going to see the prices go up. People are going to start FOMOing into Mega Evolution. So that's just something to think about moving forward. It just has me a little concerned as far as trying to get product at an affordable price. It just seems like it's getting, for a while there, I was more optimistic. Just in general, things seem like they were doing good. Obviously on the prismatic side, they're printing a ton, but it's like, are they only printing prismatic at this point? Like, we're like so many months after prismatic release that they just like been spending all their extra time printing prismatic. Anyways, there's other sets that are going to need to be printed. So that's a little bit concerning. And then we could take a look at just some of the other stuff that shot up in value too after release. Pokemon Center ETBs after release, those recently shot up to around 260, and regular ETBs for Destin Rivals are just kind of now starting to move. They haven't gone up too much. They're still under $100. So this is similar to what you'd expect from Mega, depending on how that kind of plays out as far as this goes. And I'm using Destin Rivals as the example because it's the last mainline set that released. So booster boxes and ETBs, I didn't want to use black and white because it's a specialty set as an example. So I'm trying to compare that a little more accurately. And then the other thing that we have to think about too is that there is some hype coming into this new era, right? I don't think that can be argued. The Mega Evolutions are kind of a big deal. People are getting excited. And now that we've seen what the set's going to look like, and we've seen the Japanese release, we've seen what the cards are doing, right? Some of the cards are doing big numbers. I think we have great artwork. It's going to be a really big, really deep set. Just to summarize, in case you're living under a rock, we have a gold Mega Lucario that's currently going for over $400 in Japanese. Lily's Determination, that's its own thing for Japanese. But really cool Mega Lucario fighting Venusaur going over $100 in Japanese. And, usually the English cards go for more. So, right, you can expect that if this card's going for 100, it's going to go for a lot more in English. You have a Mega Venusaur. I think this is a nice looking card at 85. And then there's some really great Gen 1 Pokemon, some great illustration rares. You obviously have the Bulbasaur line, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Vulpix, Spearow, Executor, Steelix here. Some Riolu's a really great artwork as well. And this is just half the set. Then you go over to Mega Symphonia, and this is bringing it all together, right? You got your gold Mega Gardevoir, same thing, over $400. You got your Mega Gardevoir, stunning, beautiful card. Currently 180 in Japanese, going to be real expensive in English. You got your Mega Latios. It's at 83, going to be expensive in English. Mega Kangaskhan, probably going to be a little bit more affordable, but still nice looking card. And then we have some other nice illustration rares, for example, like the Alakazam. I think the Inteleon's nice as well. Shuckle is like super adorable. So that's what we're looking at. So like the set seems really big, seems really stacked, seems really strong. Okay, so you couple that with, not only is it a good set, but you couple that with it's a good set. It's a new era, right? Out the gate, good set, new era. People are going to be hyped. There's more hype coming for Megas from the game, Z to A, is turning out like it looks like it's going to be kind of a big deal and a great game. Now, we are currently seeing people demo this as of this recording at the Pokemon Worlds. You can actually play this in demo Worlds, and we're seeing and hearing some good things coming out of that. So that's just going to create more hype moving forward as well, I think. So that's the part that has me concerned moving forward. Is just, it seems like maybe either the Pokemon Company didn't learn their lesson, or they literally just can't keep up. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're trying everything they can, or they're doing it on purpose, or whatever. Or they kind of learned their lesson, but then they spent all their time printing Prismatic and not printing the other new sets, and they released too many sets. It doesn't really matter what the answer is. The reality of it is that we're going to see a shortage, initial shortage on Mega Evolution, and I think that that's going to be a bad thing. So it just has me concerned moving into, September, starting to get when this releases, end of September. Then we're starting to get into the holiday season. Stuff's going to start ramping back up again. We're already seeing some stuff, like the market's really starting to shift. We're seeing so much money moving back into PC ETBs. We're seeing promos shoot to crazy high prices. We're seeing the Bubble Mew go to $500 raw. Like, there's just so much happening, and there's so many new sets coming out. And then on top of that, you have your Rayquaza set coming out. You have your Charizard and Gengar set. You have so this is just the start. We could be seeing a whole nother wave of a boom, and then we go into the 30th anniversary. And did I say the Greninja set? There's a Greninja set too. So there's a lot coming out, and if they've been so focused on printing Prismatic or whatever, all these other sets, and they don't have enough time to print the new stuff, and they're already having to stagger the release of a new set. It just doesn't look good as far as your average consumer, your average collector, right? So that's what has me concerned, because I'm with you guys. Like I said at the beginning, I am just your average collector, right? I'm in the same boat as you guys. I try and get I don't have distribution access. I don't have anyone giving me product for cheap or free or anything like that. I have to go out in the wild and get it the same way that you guys get it. So it's super, super unfortunate. And this was a set that, on top of, like, I want to open this set. I want to be able to open this set. But I feel like almost by the time the booster box, my one booster box, and my PC ETBs arrive, obviously PC ETBs aren't a thing I usually open normally anyways, but my one booster box that I got at MSRP, I don't think I'm going to be able to justify opening, just because the prices are going to be so ran up. And I'm not trying to, like, freak anybody out. I'm not trying to incite FOMO or anything. I'm just trying to let you guys know that this is the current situation in which we're looking at, and this is just my perspective. I know people are going to say, you're shilling, hyper shill, whatever. Why would I hyper shill this set? What do I have? My one booster box and my two PC ETBs to hyper shill, to try and FOMO up, to run the price up, of cards that I want to collect. Anyways, just not that many people say that, but you do see those in the comments. So it's like, there's no reason for me to hype up this set anymore. I'm just genuinely concerned. So that's the overall take of the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long or too boring, or me ranting about it, but kind of just me talking through my feelings about it, my perspective. And yeah, so that's what we're looking at. It's looking like it's going to be rough. So buckle up, get ready. Good luck to you guys out there getting your pre-orders. I know that there's been some other retailers starting to drop some other pre-orders. I think we had some late night Target, midnight Pacific pre-orders drop last night that I totally missed. And I think they were not at MSRP, but they were just a little bit above MSRP. I think I saw people getting some booster boxes at 180. So congrats to anybody who stayed up and was able to get those. That's super cool. Obviously I missed those. I was sleeping. Product's going to be tough. Get it while you can. Good luck to everyone. Try and stay as positive as you can. But yeah, that's what we have. That's what we're looking at moving forward. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, it was never a phase.